Episode what? 57. We have no guests. It's back to the usual crew.
And Trice.
We have Trice, man.
Trice, man.
Trice, you gonna say something? Hey, boy. You.
He's like,
He doesn't really speak. He's mute. He's not mute. Say something. Yeah. He tried to say something. He doesn't really.
He says a lot. It's just
nobody knows
English.
what he's
There's
saying.
a lot of sounds.
Ow, careful. Easy, dude.
A lot of sounds.
And you're aggressive. Why are you so aggressive?
Oh, can't imagine where he gets that from.
Yeah.
Jeez.
His sister.
What was he throwing at the back of? Whose head was it when he was throwing the... Not Red Bull. What's the stuff Darren drinks?
Oh, those O2s?
Oh, it
those
was
O2s?
Chase.
It was
trying to
empty,
beam
but
him.
yeah, he did
empty.
chuck
He
it at
just
him.
That
was
was
whacking
really
it off the
funny.
back of Chase's head.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
He's good for that.
What's up, Miller?
Not much. Trice threw 2 things at me today.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Can and then
The peanut. The lacrosse
just like
balls
he's
taped
standing
together.
right here and he's like, Psh.
He has a cannon.
Darren had
does.
him like both your kids like racing around the gym,
Yesterday,
timing them
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah,
was
the
good.
timing was legit.
Nice to wear him out. This one fell asleep on the way home.
I think I overheard Darren saying something to Lake about like how long she thought it would take her to run the circuit that he laid out, and she was like 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
And he was like,
She doesn't really
nah.
understand time, though. I
think
don't
it's going to
Yeah.
take like 30 seconds maybe.
Yeah. Hey, you get off the table.
She's fast though.
She's quick, and
yeah.
she actually like she's got some fitness to her. You know,
Yeah.
she's always moving.
She's really athletic.
This one is always moving as well. This one doesn't stop.
But he throws exceptionally well for how old?
I mean, everybody. What do they go off? What months? He's 19 months. Something like
Do
that.
they
19
go-
months.
How long do they go off months
I always
for
say
until how
I always say
old?
he'll be 2 in April. So
Gotcha.
It was funny to watch him run too, because he's like, so he's got balance, but he does it's
he like
you know,
power walks.
Yeah.
He
He
always
does.
looks like he's about to fall, but then he doesn't.
right.
When he took off after Lakeland yesterday, that was hilarious too. He took like a hard left to catch up with her, didn't you, Trice? He's
Dude's
like,
gonna be tough. That's for sure. He gets beat on a lot. Yeah,
Just happy
talking
about
about you. Talking about you, Trice, man.
He's resilient.
He is. He'll take a beating, get back up. He'll whine a little bit, and then as long as you don't make a big deal out of it, he's good to go.
Yeah.
When Tasia's not around,
That's
Tasia
Yeah.
so
freaks out.
funny.
No, you
But
can't
she's
climb
learned.
a-
She brings him snacks now. He's
Yep.
on it. He knows.
She's
Yep.
trying to figure out how to
Snack
get this
lady.
kid to like her. She's trying
Yeah.
to.
She's close.
He
She's
likes
feeding
the
him
mango. He liked the mango yesterday.
and like
She, what did-
tangerines today or whatever.
What did she say the
little
other day? She comes walking past me and goes, Trice just licked me on the face.
He'll do that from time to time.
And he had just licked the barbell.
Yep.
Perfect.
And so she
Yeah.
was trying to get him from doing that, and then he licked her face, and then she wasn't sure how she felt about all that. And
Careful, boy. Careful, boy. Yeah, you're gonna fall over.
He's like, I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah. So, Jim, what was your internal age? Okay,
Listen.
so backstory.
I don't want to talk about this at all.
We all
We are
did.
podcasting with them too.
Yeah, but we can give them a little shout out too because they're doing our blood work. we were working with Inside Tracker. We all did our blood work.
That was fast. It was on
Yeah.
Thursday, right?
Last
We already got
Thursday.
it yesterday.
And they give you like your inner age, and everybody at this table is all older than I am on the inner age.
You know, but you said
shoot.
yourself that your inner age can be hacked. So
But
you
I didn't know what the hacks were. But
You
apparently, it only tests like 4 or 5 different things
For the
to
inner
give you your
age.
inner age.
Yeah,
Right.
right. You probably had one day of eating
And so-
unicorn, and he's
Yeah, some of this stuff having to do with my inner age, the creatine kinase and all that.
Yeah.
We've had some.
Discussions.
My inner age was 61.2 or
Elly, what was
something.
yours?
She has not said.
She was 41 or 40
.2.
something. 41.2 She wouldn't tell us her exact.
That's
until
seriously
just
disturbing.
Kristin?
Mine's 48.5.
Oh, that's so horrible.
now. The vegetarian.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with
Just
that
kidding.
though.
it's based on.
It's
It's only
my
based on
recovery.
5 biomarkers, right? Is that
It's
what
your,
it was?
it's your
was? Me.
glucose, your vitamin D, your testosterone, and
There's
your
one other one. Right?
ACT or something like that.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
my inner age was 30.4, so I'm actually younger than my my actual
I can't
chronological
believe
age.
that.
I know, and I'm the one that eats the
I
worst.
thought yours was going to be
Mine's
like
garbage. My diet is
55.
garbage.
What was Tasia? She was like
She was
20.
22
She was
or something like
28,
that. 20.
Which is yeah.
But no, she was like 22. Her internal
Really?
age was like 22.
It was young. But Haley's was like
He was
20 something.
28, I think.
28.
Oh, she's 17.
She's 17.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't wait to actually talk to the
Yeah, do the
consult,
consult.
yeah, and find out what the
Yeah.
deal is. I know there's a couple things I got to get fixed.
Yeah, my
so.
liver stuff is not that great.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a
think
lot.
they
It has a lot to do with the
Working
volume
out.
of
I
working
think
out
they
and the
said
damage that we
yeah.
do to our bodies.
I
That's
mean,
pretty
we
normal.
had I was sore from the day before because it was stuff that makes me sore, double unders and heavy deadlifts. But I mean, I was really sore when we took the test.
But they told
I've
us
been
to
feeling
kind of
great
like
the past month.
they told us to push it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Did
these guys wanted to take the day off, and they're like, "No, let's actually see where you're at
Oh, okay.
on a normal."
Well, because they say to take the day off. So I asked
Right.
the lady, I'm like, I'm actually concerned about these like things.
Right.
Like I don't feel normal, so I want to make sure that it's accurate. And she said 1 day of working out, it would be over the course of, it would be a trend thing. It wouldn't matter like just 1 day, just to keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll train. Like,
What was the one marker that talked about your like something about athletic ability,
That was your
testosterone, and
cortisol ratio.
ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that, and then you have the was it sex hormone binding globulin
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah.
That one on mine was pretty high.
That's the one
And
that
then
I
my
told you
free
about the football
testosterone's not that
players.
great. But since I've been doing intermittent fasting, my testosterone has been up. It was up a lot.
That's
So
really
it's kinda
cool.
cool. Yeah.
That's really
That's
cool because it's
crazy.
working.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that's what's supposed to happen.
Right.
And it's cool.
It-
That's
it-
what's happening.
It had happened
That's for how long? How long have you been intermittent fasting for?
since the games.
Wow. And you do it, and we work out early now too.
I haven't eaten yet.
Do
So
you
we
really
were-
have enough energy
I feel
for that
I'm
first
telling
workout?
you, I feel great through the first 2 workouts.
Wow.
Feel fine, completely fine.
Are you doing some-
long as I eat enough the day before. Right. And I still do my RP. Like I'm getting my template within those 8 hours. So
Are
I'm
you
getting
really?
So I'm
I would
getting
be impressed
the
by
amount
that.
of calories that I need to in macros and stuff. Sometimes a little bit more if I need to.
Yeah.
But I've noticed as long as I eat enough that day before, then I feel great the next day. If I don't eat enough that day before, then
Are
I
you
feel
like
difference.
loading up on some calories at the end of the day so you have something?
I try to make sure that I'll eat right at like 8:45 or 8:30 and
Yeah.
like eat something because I know that it's going to be a full, like I won't
Cut
like,
off at 9.
cut off at 9. And then if there's days where I know, like on Sundays, I go a little bit lighter, then I'll maybe on Saturday night, if we're not doing anything, like out with people and we're eating or something, I'll just shut it down at like 7 and then wait till 1 the next day. So
That's
I don't know,
really cool.
Just mess around with the time of like how long the fast goes. But man, honestly, I feel great.
That's awesome.
It's I haven't really had and I don't really get the like hunger pains either at all anymore.
Wow. That's
So.
adaptation. There you go. But what were you saying about girls? You were mentioned that to me yesterday.
One of the things, and
With fasting.
I don't, I'm no expert at it, but
Yeah,
it was
either.
saying that the intermittent fasting
It's not
wasn't
great for women.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But why?
Something about the hormones. I don't know enough about it. I'm not a scientist. And I'm sure somebody's going to get on here and tell me I'm an idiot that we were completely wrong because it's the internet. And
Idiot.
I heard a PhD doctor, nutrition person talking about it. I don't know the details about it, but
yeah, but that's what I heard. I heard because the hormones wise, it doesn't work as well for women.
Like physically, but probably mentally, it's the same.
Probably mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
because
I
they say
think
it's like better
clarity,
for like
yeah.
for like studying and just
Well-
getting stuff done because you don't even think about food.
Well, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
for me in the mornings, it's kind of nice that I get up and go. I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about what am I going to make for breakfast.
all
What am I
of
going to do
That
this?
is a pain.
The only hard part is if I'm making the kids breakfast and I'm like, I could sneak a bite or two. But
see, for me, I love to get up and make breakfast.
I love breakfast. That's the hard
yeah.
part. But I'll eat breakfast for lunch now. Sometimes,
That
like
makes
I'll go
sense.
make some eggs and whatever.
But when I get like off into the middle of my day, it messes me up. That first meal is usually something really good. Take my, whatever supplements I'm taking and get that all done.
I still take the supplements, and sometimes I'll do some creatine and stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
And then like, if there's like, sometimes I get tired of water, and I'll take some like emergency or vitamin C packets.
Right.
I don't count those calories because I'm sure it throws off the fast, but it
Right.
doesn't for me. I feel fine, and I'm
Right.
doing enough that it's
right.
some type of debt going on there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, it's still getting. I mean, I think in females too, it's still getting rid of the bad cells. Like your body's still going to end up.
right.
So I mean, it's interesting.
I
Anyway,
need to go back to doing it. I did it for 3 months, and I really liked how I felt. And the mind clarity was the biggest thing that
That's
I
what
noticed.
people say, like, especially people that are in like school and stuff. They do intermittent fasting or they're in like labs or like
Yep.
stuff like that because they don't even have to think about food for that time. Like it doesn't even cross their mind. So I remember hearing in another podcast I was listening to, they're like testing out like a ketogenic diet or intermittent fasting for people in the military and stuff like that
Yeah.
because when they're out, then they
Yep.
don't think about
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So it's interesting. And then their mind clarity is so much
Oh,
better.
I heard that podcast too. I think that
Yeah.
was
it was a
the-
Joe Rogan one with
I thought
the
it
two
was the-
nutritionists, I think.
What's the one that you sent me that I really like now? That I can't.
Oh, it
remember
might
the
have
name.
been the Unbeatable Mind.
Unbeatable Mind. Yeah, Mark Divine. Because they were testing it with the military.
Right.
He talked about it too.
Yeah.
I did a 12-day fast one time.
What?
Yep.
12 days of just water?
Just water and chicken broth.
No.
And
Oh.
I couldn't do anything
Did you do it
physical.
before and after? What did you look
Oh,
like
yeah.
after?
Like you went on, what's that show where they send him to the island?
Naked
No,
and
I
afraid.
mean,
Naked and Afraid.
Survivor.
Naked and afraid.
It was like, I just seriously wanted to like discipline myself.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to.
That's another level of discipline.
Well, the clarity was incredible because you're telling your body you can't have food. You're not going to have that. And it's the first 3 or 4 days were super hard, and then it got a lot easier. And then as it got to the 12th day, I was like desperate to be done with it, and get back to eating again. But I rode a lot, which was really cool, and I was super present, but I couldn't do anything physical. I mean, I had zero energy to try to work out or.
I guess
12 days is a long time.
you just kind of get out of the hangry phase after like day what?
Yeah.
What number day
And
are
I
you
was
not
like-
hangry
You said,
anymore?
like,
I
2
was
or
like
3?
alone too. Yeah, it was about day 3 or 4.
How'd
I
you
was,
decide on 12 days?
yeah.
the friend of mine were like, what do you want to do? And we had never like done anything like that before. So it was like, all right, let's challenge ourselves. Adversity
What's the
challenge.
max they say you can do?
I don't know. I know people have done stuff like
It's
that
like
for
40 days or
Yeah,
something.
for a
Yeah, I
month.
was gonna say 21 or something like,
Like until
that.
you die? Or like
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. And water,
Yeah,
there's
fact
Let's
checker.
see.
That's a good.
Well, I got chicken broth too. I had like
Yeah,
that's
I
a
was
little bit.
drinking that, literally just tipping it up, and it had too much salt in it.
your
I think.
body's adaptable,
your
but what's the
sodium
baseline
levels
number
are
of
through the
calories
roof.
you need to survive?
Yeah.
You know?
How many days can you go without food?
a human can go for more than 3 weeks without food.
Wow.
Gandhi survived 21 days of complete starvation.
But,
Water's obviously a different story.
Yeah, water you gotta have.
ooh. Ugh.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's not go in that realm.
You guys want to do that? 12 days? You want to go? Let's do
Nope.
I'm down. Not when we're competing.
I was
I
about
was
to
gonna say, you
what are
won't be
gonna do
able
it right
to-
after we finish the games.
it. Yeah.
You want to do that? I think
would
the
do it.
benefits are great, but man, that that doesn't sound fun.
I was also in a place too where I was completely away from people and
Life.
kind of sequestered, and it was easier.
I
to
don't
not...
think with my current situation I can make that happen.
No way. Not with the kids and
No
all the
way.
things going on.
No way.
You'd be cutting up that pizza
Yeah.
or that Uncrustable and
Just give in.
just
Yeah.
flip out.
Yeah.
I like that you're open to that, though.
I'd be down.
I mean, because that's
12
an
days is a long
impressive-
time, but
Yeah.
What is it? You do 12 days of Christmas.
perfect.
No, don't do that. I got
Perfect.
Wadapalooza coming up. Don't do that.
Be like,
Let's just
oh my
completely
gosh.
just like
let's
ruin.
talk about that actually. The Dubai Fitness Challenge.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you been watching it?
No, absolutely not. And the fact that they didn't do any team events is ridiculous and is really
Did you hear
making
that,
me
Jim?
angry.
No. What
They're
do you
really
mean?
not going to do
The
one.
teams are all doing the individual workouts. They're like picking like maybe a male and female to do each workout.
Oh, wow.
There aren't
something
any
like
like
that.
surprise ones that
I
like are
don't
coming
know.
out of.
Apparently they're saying that that's what they're doing,
What?
which is
That's what they did the
it's one
first
is
day of
extremely
competition.
lazy
Wow.
to me,
Mhm.
and 2 I think is I hope it's not a trend for what we're going to see in all these competitions because that's ridiculous.
But doesn't that just
Wow.
seem like you're
That's
saying about
exactly
them not
what-
wanting to
that's
set things
exactly
up
what
or
we
have to
s-
think?
What I was worried about with this is when you have people like that running competitions that it's ridiculous. I think it's
Well, how do you actually evaluate a team then?
you don't
No,
you
yeah.
evaluate their individuals. Like the team that comes out of that it's ridiculous. That's
So have they released all the individual workouts?
I can't.
For all the
I can't
days?
find like a listing of the workouts for some reason. So I don't know if they've
but yeah,
announced them all.
apparently what
or-
they're doing is you pick a male and a female to do each of the events, and you can
Yeah.
choose how you want it to do it. But it's
And the first
So,
2 events
it's
were
just-
swimming events.
and you're just scored
Wow.
based on what your two.
That's
People
that's
do.
not it's, that's
It's
there's
not
nothing
even-
team about that.
Absolutely
Like,
not. So you're getting your best individual.
my
So
gosh.
I mean,
Wow.
if that's the trend we're gonna see, then I think that's ridiculous.
yeah.
It's really crazy. This week,
And it's just disappointing. Like
it's
it's
disappointing.
and there's no rules out with any of it, and it just shows a lack of. I don't know. It's just
like
care.
But you know what we
It's
said? We're like, Rich, you're just doing all the workouts. You're going to win this thing for
Yeah.
us. If
so
we
they
were there.
finally figured out how to make me an individual again.
That's what it's about. It's a conspiracy.
Oh.
So
Someone
this
figured
week
it
I
out.
got to. I didn't get to do a warm workout. I got to sort of fill in some spaces
Yeah,
and do
no,
it.
you got to do some warm workouts.
Silvers.
Silver.
But the point I want to make is the realization of communication and teamwork and
you're not-
organization.
And you're not doing that. You're not testing any of that.
Yeah.
Even on synchro movements. Even on it just. It's just a
It
complete...
exposes how people work together.
Yeah. I'm
Isn't that
just
crazy?
extremely disappointed in the way that was handled.
Yeah.
Who's operating the Dubai Fitness Challenge?
I don't know, but CrossFit,
Wow.
not CrossFit not following up and making sure
Yeah.
At least
what was going to happen.
a sanctioned
is
event
not,
looks like.
It's not good. It's not.
Wow.
It's just not something that is.
How many teams were entered in Dubai?
Wow.
Do we know?
I think it was 10.
I think it's
Was
10.
it just 10?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even like you have to do that much to make some team events out of that with 10 teams, you know?
Yeah. You only need 10 pieces
That doesn't
of...
even make any sense. That's actually sort of embarrassing.
It is.
And I would be angry about that, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
And people went like
frustrated.
halfway across the
I was going to
room
say,
for
and the
that
travel to
too.
get there was
And we were-
like crazy.
we were looking into going to that.
Wow.
If it wasn't, the fact that I have 3 kids and it's Christmas.
Right.
But now I'm like, wow, glad we didn't go.
So
Because
Wadapalooza, no idea what
no
that's going
idea.
to
I
be.
mean, if that happens there, then I think they've messed up big time. But
Wow.
If it trends in that direction, that'll be a huge... yeah.
Disappointment,
Is that going on right
to say
now?
the least.
Mm-hmm.
As we're sitting
as
here,
we
it's
speak,
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys will probably read about that or listen to this a couple of days after.
Right.
But-
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah, very frustrating. I don't know. I just was very disappointed in both Dubai and CrossFit for not following up on that.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I know
It's
they want to be kind of hands off to these things, and I'm fine with that. But I think you still have to have some type of show some ownership in it. I mean, it's still an event that has your name on it,
Yeah.
and it looks tacky.
You
It's
can't,
still-
can't go into team events and not do team
It
things.
looks
still needs
very
objectivity, though.
unprofessional.
Yeah.
And if the rule in delegating things to other people is you have to trust, again, and make sure it's objective if you're delegating an entire event to somebody. You
Wow.
just throw it up in the air, then it's like,
Yeah.
let's go play darts and see who makes it, It's crazy.
Wow.
Well,
I don't
anyway.
even know what to say. I'm like sort of kind of halfway
No,
stunned.
I actually didn't
Yeah.
know all those details.
When I heard that, I was kind of like, oh, no,
It has to
there's
be
no
a joke.
way. Like,
Yeah.
they're just messing with.
I thought you guys meant like maybe
then-
an event or two would be
and
like
then
that,
I talked
and then
to Sam
they.
Dancer, and he's like, nope, that's what they're doing.
Wow, they must. I can't imagine what everyone there's like.
It's just frustrating. I mean, especially only taking one team. Well, it's not even one team. You're taking one group of 4 individuals.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Right.
not taking a team.
Yeah,
right.
because
You're
it
not testing a
doesn't
team.
matter if you're training together at all for that.
No,
What?
sign up to do a bunch of
Whatsoever.
individual events.
No, and we saw in the CrossFit Games, teams of 4 fit people
That don't
not
work
be
well.
successful
work.
that didn't work well together, which was, the point of all the practice, all the time put together, the living together, the training together, all of that.
Yep.
You can't hide from the worm. You
No.
just can't.
No, and in everybody, I think people get tired of seeing the worm, but it's one of the best.
Oh my gosh.
Just complete. You have to have 4 complete fit individuals, but also work well together as a team.
But,
It's so funny too, like hearing people like you that like picked it up for the first time, like a few other people too, where they're like, I thought it was hard, but holy cow,
But
like
even-
it is really hard.
But even Dre was like,
Yeah.
I've watched you guys do workouts, and I was like,
He's like,
these can't be that hard. And now
Yeah.
Dre's just getting punished by the worm, which
Yeah.
it's good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something you got to work
It happens to everyone when you first do it.
It was so crazy because after we finished that workout, there were 3 of us, just C team guys, up there who were trying to fill
Practice
in.
squad. Mayhem
Practice squad. That's right.
Mayhem
And,
practice
and so the
squad.
next, and it's funny to watch you listen to us talk because we're over there jabbering about the worm because it's an eye-opening
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
and you guys have done it for a
Yeah.
long time. So we're having this worm talk for 30 minutes, and the front of the worm
It's infinitely harder.
is I could not. It was some of the hardest stuff I've ever done in my entire life.
It's so unforgiving. If
Those
you
last
mess
3
up,
reps.
I'm telling you guys, nobody
Well,
believes me.
it's-
I had to take the
So-
front like girls weight when
Yeah.
we thought the thruster burpee workout was like the worm the other way because they had it in the demo video that way, and oh my gosh, it just crushed
It's night
me.
and day.
Like,
I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain the difference, but nobody understands until you get on the front of that worm.
It's just like they say in
Yeah.
life, experience. It's
Yeah.
crazy what that
Well,
does. And now, to me, that's one of the most important tests
Yeah.
of fitness and teamwork and working together.
Just
And
watching.
everybody should be having to do that.
Yeah, because if one person pulls at a different time, everything's
Yeah.
off. If one
Yeah.
person squats at a different time, everything's off. It's just
You're
completely-
telling Haley, slide up, get closer.
Yeah.
All the little details. Here's
Yeah.
where you put your hand. Put your hand by the, the
Yeah.
R in
Yeah.
rogue. I'm having to duck a little bit.
Yeah, having to
Chase
learn
is-
all
using
that.
the learning
Chase is
curve.
throwing the thruster
over
too
his head.
high.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't
there's
kill
so
people,
much.
Yeah.
And when you're completely synchro on it, like it does almost feel, not like weightless, but you
Right.
can
Feels
tell
a lot
like
better.
when everyone is in sync, like that thing just flies around and you're like, okay, like I'm tired, but I'm not that tired.
Yeah.
But the second someone's off, then it's like, holy cow, it's like you're lifting the
Yeah.
world,
Right. we've watched some people, not want to be involved with the worm, do the worm.
Because it's hard,
Because it's super hard.
That are relatively fit.
Sure, and that changes the whole dynamic.
And then you got some guys that are in it and will do it, and not as fit, but fit in just fine because they actually care.
Well, I guess, and then I saw Ted yesterday coming in the gym, and I was like, had a whole new respect for Ted. I was just like,
he took the front of the worm
the whole season.
Once.
Never. He just did it.
Had never done it
It was
before.
unbelievable.
Talk about, man.
But you know what was cool too about the worm so Haley and Chase had never done the worm. And I never told you this, but I thought that was really cool this week, and it makes me sound dated because I always say it reminds me of the old days.
Oh yeah,
like your inner age.
My inner age, when Rich used to teach us lots of new things. Like, it was so cool seeing you show Chase how to do the worm because you did the all Rich expectation. Like, Chase has no idea what he's doing.
I didn't tell him anything. I was like, let's do it.
It was, instead of saying, I was like, are you going to show him the easy way? And you go, nah. And I was like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, you got to just throw him into the inferno.
And then I tell him.
But that's how you are. And it was so cool. Like, I'm sitting in the back watching going, this is awesome. You took 2 new people. And it's just his way of doing things and made them do the higher level movement, and they did amazing. It was total elevation as always. Yep. It was awesome. I was so excited that whole workout. I was like, this is so cool.
So we were doing clean and jerks. She was like, we should stop to the shoulder and then go over. I was like, no, we're just going to go clean and jerk.
He puts Chase in the front of the worm and doesn't let him do a stop clean and jerk.
Let's just see, and then we'll talk about it. Like, you got to, because, I mean, if you start off on the easy way, they're not going to,
it was great.
It works.
Yeah. And you just, like I said,
and then I let him go to the middle, and then he stayed at the middle the whole time, and I let him feel the difference in the two. I just wanted him to see, hey, because you got to know if you're the person calling, that person in the front is getting hurt a little worse than you are. So you have to know that, hey, I can't just go off of how I feel. I've got to look around and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And so, but I have to know that, hey, they're not just saying it's harder. It's actually harder up there. You know,
as it rolls across your face, you're like, yep, it's harder.
We're good.
Well, we were breaking what I was doing up in sets of 7 and 8. Mm-hmm. You guys were doing 30 and we did 15. Mm-hmm. And I was in the middle for 8 and the front for 7. And Greg, we were arguing. I was like, I have an AARP card, boy, but you're in the front.
You're getting the front.
But I can't imagine
all of the reps.
I can't imagine. It was just ridiculous.
Well, did you hear Chase in that workout too? It was so funny. We finished the fourth round, and Rich starts walking back, and he's like, one more. And Chase goes, what, really? Because he thought it was only 4 rounds.
Nope.
Wow.
Rich, what? Really? And he looks, he goes, is he kidding? I was like, he's not kidding. Man.
It's so crazy, too, the rhythm, the practice, the balance, because when it comes across on your back where it hits you, and it's almost like your one of your arms is down. Mm-hmm. You're not really having to hold on to it. Where I was just holding on for dear life, trying to stay balanced.
Yeah. Oh, there's some times where I don't even on the squats. I just let it sit on my shoulder and I just let my hands down here.
It's like spinal compression.
And then there's the panic too of going at everyone else's pace. If you start to fall off a little bit, that's what is most terrifying. Especially on thrusters or something like that, where you're like, all right, we were talking about it, if someone's calling, you're just going to keep, you're not going to be the one to wimp out. Yeah. So you're just going to keep going, even though you think, Tasia and I talked about, when we were first on the worm and you're, you're, red line, and, you don't think you can even stand up with it, but you're, not going to say anything.
The worm takes you to the brink of your fitness, without question.
I feel like an idiot, because as a spectator, I'm at the games.
Watching.
And cheering for you and yelling for you.
Pick it up.
Let's go. Right. And now I'm like, you come pick it up, Jim. You need to shut the hell up and sit down, Jim.
Now you're going to be rest a little longer. It's okay.
That used to be the best when I was competing as an individual, because Darren was my coach.
Right.
When he would just yell at me and he'd be like, because there's actually, we may have talked about this on the podcast before, but he was yelling at me in 11. He's like, pick up the rope. Pick up the rope. And I looked at him and I said, here. You do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right. Or something like, I'm trying, man. I think I just looked at him and said, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Because it was already over.
Yeah,
I'd already clinched. And so I was trying to finish. But you're just like, Well, you think I'm out here not trying, you know? Like,
Or you have
think
a
I'm
game plan
sandbagging?
and they
Like-
don't know your game plan
Yeah.
and they're like, pick it up. And you're like,
Just
well, I mean, I got to
relax.
rest a little bit
Just
or I'm going to
relax.
like,
Let me live.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the going at somebody else's pace is huge too, because that's what we were talking about with Dre was usually, you know, we all have different places and movements where we would rest. Some of us like to hop right on a machine and get moving, getting some reps. Some of us like to take a breath and then go in a bigger set. So trying to actually go at somebody else's pace, or you know, that's the hard part, and trying to figure that out is like, oh man, I want to rest right here. I know I could go faster, but I need to rest.
Yeah.
Or this person does better going right now without the rest, and so it's
That's
rough.
the beauty of it with pacing too, like especially on like clean and jerks and stuff. Like
Yep.
Darren always did a really good job of like chilling out in the beginning where you felt the pace was maybe a little too slow, and then we'd like slowly inch past teams at
Yep.
the end because we just held that pace or maybe got a little bit faster.
He's
Is that why you guys didn't ever do touch and go stuff? Because you
Yeah, I just don't think I think it taxes you so much that I don't really. And if you get off at all, it's just not
punished.
worth it. So yeah, we don't really practice it a ton.
based on that limited little bit of experience, it was great to let go of the thing for a second.
just for a second, and really, as long as you follow it down and are back on it quick, if it's a short number of reps, you could get it done and not be that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and still be breathing normally and like
There were
moving on to
teams-
not
another
use
movement.
all of your
I've never
Negative.
seen a team win an event doing touch and go.
yeah.
So
If you make a mistake, it ends up you have to take so long to recover, and it, again, like you're saying, it
Taxes you so
taxes
much.
your whole.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, now I know why there were teams at the games who were just
yeah.
frustrated and yelling at each other. And I
Yep.
remember one chick hitting a dude and smacking the worm and trying to get him to get up off the ground. And now I get it.
You get
Now
it,
I'm like, yeah, all right.
it's hard.
Yeah, maybe that's just all you got.
Yeah, that's all I got, bruh.
Guess we need to host a worm camp so people can come try it out.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We said train with Rich next time. We should bring
Oh
all
my
three because we got
God.
3
That'd be
worms
fun.
now. We should make people do that.
You should get more.
Set
That'd
up
be
some
such
little
a cool-
races.
Yeah.
Let people kind of
And you can
experience it a
put
little
different
bit.
weights in them too.
Well,
like we could have
we
like
have one worm that's lighter now.
Yeah.
So we have the 2 prescribed worms and we
It
have
was,
the lighter worm.
it was really fun. It was really challenging and really fun, and I really enjoyed it. And it gives you a whole new respect for
What's going on?
what is really actually happening.
Yeah, we could do. I mean, because we're going to be wanting to do some worm stuff anyway, because
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
will be coming up.
My ear's still all mangled. The top of my ear's all.
Oh,
Yeah.
or what do they call it? Cauliflower ear?
Yeah.
cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
So are you gonna bring in some? It's
We have a
December
new
question
special
from
guest.
the
Are we ready?
audience.
Hold on. Well, let's keep talking so I can pull it up. And
Questions from the audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason, some people's ears bleed and some don't from the worm.
mine just stick out so far that they always get caught.
Well, that's my left one kept getting caught.
Hey, everybody. Say, hey, Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, were you doing some racing in the gym yesterday? I saw you running fast. What's on your arm?
It looks like some lightning bolts.
Lightning bolts.
Pretty sweet.
Silver lightning bolts.
Lakeland.
I would like some
Welcome.
silver lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Silver, you could have some
Oh,
silver lightning bolts.
I like it.
Do
Jim
the
Silver
darn
lightning
thing.
bolts. Questions from the audience. What do they have to say?
Someone asked, wasn't Dre supposed to get a back tattoo of Rich's face? And has he
Yes.
done it yet?
Well, we have to raise enough money.
Oh,
for
we
that
need
to
the
happen. We have
GoFundMe.
to raise $5,000 for that to happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I just want to get above Dre's waistline.
Is it kind of a tramp stamp kind of a thing? Oh, right above
Man.
the. Wow. That's life changing right there.
Okay, if you had to eat 12 of the same thing right now, what would it be?
12 of the same thing.
Yeah.
You know those macro bars?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Those are pretty
Those?
good. I could
I
eat
could eat
12 of those.
12.
I got another
had
shipment of
those.
those coming in the
Yeah.
mail.
You guys been talking those things
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tasia and I ordered some on like Black Friday. They had a whole week-long sale, and I think they forgot about our order. So she messaged them, so they just sent them, so it should be here tomorrow. But we've been waiting to get them so we can.
Had you
snack.
had them before that?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Like, tell us what's good and why is it good?
It's just a plant-based bar, and they have protein bars, and
It tastes good.
they have a ton of different flavors.
so what's
depending
the
what you want.
main ingredient?
Peanut butter.
Yeah, I mean, depending
Yeah,
on the
that's
bar.
what
Peanut
I'm
butter
like-
and chocolate.
You know
I
how
don't
like a
No,
lot of those
there's-
ones are like
They don't have dates.
or-
No, it's not like a consistency where it like sticks to your teeth, which is nice.
It's not like an RX bar.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like a little bit
That's
dense,
what
but
I
you
was
could eat it and like work out and not feel like it's just like stuck in your stomach.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem too
I
sweet.
think they're based
It's-
out of Wisconsin.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
I was thinking anything like
good.
dessert based. I feel like I could go in.
Ralph's Donuts.
So
disgusting
not
as that
kale
is.
leaves.
Oh yeah, that'd probably give me a stomachache. 12.
Ew, yeah, that
Giant.
for sure. But definitely anything dessert based.
Yeah.
Christmas cookies. I could eat 12 Christmas cookies, no problem. What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Oh,
Oh.
that's a good question.
I don't have. I mean, I.
Don't discriminate.
This
No.
makes me
Yeah.
It makes me think of we were watching the Saturday Night Live Christmas special. Did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
You've never seen that?
An old? You talking about something?
Some
an old one?
They're old ones and new ones all mixed together.
Okay.
Makes me think of there's a NPR like radio show that they do where they have Alec Baldwin come on there. Sweaty.
Sweaty.
yeah.
Sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
Because it makes me think just with the podcast headsets and all that stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause they're super
Do you eat the Christmas leaves or wreaths?
Oh,
that are
the
like
ones that
cornflakes.
have,
that are
cornflakes.
Rice Krispie
Like Rice
treats?
Krispie treats, but with cornflakes.
That's like
Yeah.
a weird
As long
combination.
as you keep the red hots off. I'm not a big red hot.
Yeah.
I don't
Not a
like
big
fake.
fan of-
I like cinnamon. I like cinnamon sugar. I like cinnamon toast crunch.
Right.
Just
I do not
fake.
like Big Red or like Red Hots or
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
Hot Mike and Ike's. I do not like that
Ew.
type
Yeah.
of cinnamon.
Yeah. Fake
I agree.
cinnamon.
Oh, I like the fudge.
Fudge is good.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
yeah.
grandma
Go
used
wrong
to make
with
fudge all the time. It's so good.
It's legit.
If you guys insist I eat 12 really yummy things in a row, I will.
Okay. Well, we're
It's
all
gotta be
we're
the
all on the
same.
same page. We would all love festive Christmas.
The kids eat those mini muffins.
Oh,
like
the little
Hostess mini
tear.
muffins. I could eat 12 of those
12
easily.
bags
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, 12 bags. They come in fours.
Yeah.
It's such a tease. Like
Yeah. That's not enough for
There's
anything.
only 4 in a pack.
4 in a pack, but they're so delicious. They are amazing. Lakeland, do not touch that.
Trice, man. Trice, you want to sit on the show?
Join us, Trice.
You can join us.
Is it still on? We're good.
What's the next
No,
question?
That's funny.
KM?
Well, what was your favorite Christmas cookie? Do you have one, Elly?
I really like the Reese's are pretty fantastic. The peanut butter things with Reese's in them.
With the thumbprint cookie?
Yeah.
With the
Mm-hmm.
Hershey Kiss in the middle?
I love cookies.
those
Oh,
called?
you know what I've been making? The Christmas cookie I've been making is a double chocolate cookie with chopped up Andes mints and dark chocolate chips.
I do
That's
like
pretty
Andes
fantastic.
I
mints.
love Andes mints.
Yeah,
So good.
I'll bring you guys some of those cookies. I've been eating those lately,
Love
and they're
Andes
pretty.
mints.
Yeah,
They're pretty fabulous.
so good.
Yeah. I'm open to that.
Are you,
I'm open
Trice?
to
You
that.
want
I'm
some
I'm not
Andes
big
mint
on like
cookies?
just
I'm not-
plain sugar cookies if they don't have frosting on them or anything. I'm like, I could like
Just kind of
frosting.
depends. I
Yeah.
like the Pillsbury. Like I don't.
really.
This is gonna sound weird. I don't like Toll House or like pre-made cookie dough cookies.
Yeah,
I
they're
like the
not as
cookie
good.
dough. I like
Yeah.
the cookie
actual
dough.
cookie.
But not the
I
cookies.
do not
Cookies,
like the cookies.
It almost tastes fake or
It
something.
does taste
it's weird.
fake. I
It's
don't
like
like
there's
it.
something.
So as soon as you cook it, I'm out. But I love the cookie
The
dough.
cookie
Like I
dough.
can eat little pieces of cookie dough. But
Yeah.
yeah, favorite dessert apple pie. Apple pie is my favorite.
Apple pie, even on
and
Christmas.
the more and more like everybody makes their homemade apple pies, man. The Marie calendars,
Mm-hmm.
those like
Those
the
are-
ones you
The pre-made-
the
those are
Dutch
good.
apple pie.
Those are good.
You make it
So
like
good.
it comes in the freezer section. It's delicious.
They make a really good cherry pie too.
I've heard that.
Yeah, which is my favorite.
See, I'm an apple guy, but do you remember Pizza Hut used to do those dessert pizzas
Oh
with
yeah.
the apples on them?
Yeah.
They're so
Yes.
good. My mom makes something like that where she takes a croissant.
Oh gosh.
rolls
Yeah,
it.
that sounds so
Yeah.
good.
Easy there, pal. Croissant, throw some like granola, and apple, and then some like she takes powdered sugar and milk, and then like makes it
Oh,
into
that
this
sounds so
like
good.
icing. It's delicious.
My mouth is watering.
There's always
right
those
now.
like weird things where you wouldn't
Trice,
think
get
like
out
it
of
would be a good combination of stuff,
Right.
but like people make those weird things at like Thanksgiving too, where it's like
Why
a
do you- no,
fruit
why are you literally in
salad,
everything?
but it's got
Yeah.
like marshmallows
Yeah.
and pecans and like fruit in it.
I
and
make
you're like,
that.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like it
pineapple
sounds like it
salad.
would be terrible, but like it's
No, it's
delicious with all
phenomenal.
those
Yeah.
Cream
ingredients
cheese.
together. Yes,
Cream cheese makes so many desserts
No.
fabulous.
yeah, makes anything better, honestly. What's everyone's favorite holiday?
4th of July.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
4th of July.
It's just the summer, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Christmas, but I
Yeah.
feel like it gets so like. I mean, I like the decorations and all that stuff, but Christmas is kind of like there's so much build up, and then it's like it's over.
I feel like it's stressful too to like allocate time to be organized. Like
and you gotta get all the presents, and you're stressed
Yeah.
out for the entire
It's a little
however long before.
commercialized now.
Yeah.
I mean, not around our house. We work
Yeah.
hard to keep it,
Not
kind of in the
commercial.
spirit of things. But
Yeah.
I do love the 4th.
Yeah.
4th of July and Memorial Day. I like Memorial Day too, even though we
Yeah.
don't ever really get to celebrate it because we're
Yeah.
training. But
Yeah.
same with with 4th of July we do.
Rich on
Have you
fast
guys been
forward.
watching Christmas movies at all, or what's your favorite one?
Every night we have to
Yeah.
watch one. We've been watching Home Alone a ton.
Ooh, I
that's
haven't seen
Lakeland's.
Home
That's
Alone
Lakeland's
yet.
favorite right now.
Oh.
So
I gotta
good.
find the second one because
Oh, I like Home Alone
Um,
too, and I haven't seen it yet. This
Christmas
year.
Vacation is my favorite.
Classic.
By
so
far.
funny.
By far is
Have
my
you seen
favorite.
Four Christmases?
Four Christmases
We
is
just
good.
watched
Yeah.
that
That's
again
good.
last night. Vince
Four Christmas
Vaughn
is good.
cracks me up.
That's good.
He's so
Vince
funny.
Vaughn's hilarious.
He's
Have you
funny.
seen Couples Retreat? Because it's similar to that.
I haven't seen
I
that
don't
yet.
know. I'll have to check that one out.
That's good. You need to watch that.
Yeah.
I did watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the other day.
I
the
love
cartoon.
those old ones.
Yeah, those are like
the
they're just
old
classic.
claymation
Yeah.
one too,
Yeah.
with like Santa Claus is coming to town and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Those are classics. It's just
I love
I do
those.
like having to watch like the traditional to have that be part of things because
Yeah.
that's fun.
We in my house, my dad watched all the really old traditional,
Yeah. My dad, too.
What's the one with
Like Susie Snowflake or something.
What's
was one
the
that
one
my
that's
dad
like
liked.
It's a Wonderful Life?
It's a Wonderful Life.
I love It's a
Yeah.
Wonderful Life.
I hate that
Well,
movie.
we just found Cam's
Mr.
movie.
Potter.
Your face was like ta-da!
I love that movie.
Miracle on 34th Street.
George.
I haven't watched any of those
Yeah.
old ones.
And then Scrooge.
Oh,
My dad would watch
Oh
all
yeah,
those.
the Christmas Carol.
For some
Christmas
reason,
Carol, yeah.
it makes me think of my grandma's house. We watched the Disney version of
Oh,
like the
okay.
one with Mickey Mouse, like
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
We used to watch that
the like
too.
digital. This is like the cartoon one
Right.
with Mickey and where like Scrooge
McDuck.
McDuck or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys have like a VHS tape with like all
All
the
of them, like my uncle went through because there was at that point there was only like 10 of us nieces and nephews. Now there's 30 whatever, but he took a VHS and like the Christmas
Timed it
special and would
out.
like time it to where he would stop it on the commercial,
Nice.
Yeah.
record it. And so we had like Rudolph, Frosty, all those.
legit.
Yeah.
We had
Little
like
drummer
the old
boy,
Christmas
like
Carol
the
from, like, the
claymation
1920s.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The creepy claymation ones.
That's what we were just talking about.
I like
You gotta
the
watch the
one
old
traditional
school.
one I like is the Christmas Story. That's
I
the
used to like the Christmas Story until they started doing the
24
24-hour
hours.
thing, and I
know.
can't watch
TBS
it anymore.
wears it
Yeah.
out.
I can't do it anymore.
Well, that's what's disappointing about like what is it the one channel that like plays Christmas movies for the whole month of December, but it's literally the same one every single
Yeah.
night until you just get sick of it and you're
Right.
like,
Yeah.
It's freeform.
it's like it seemed
Right.
like a good idea, and then you realize it's the same movie every night.
change
for
it up,
30
you
nights.
know,
like,
yeah.
play a
There's so
different
many.
one.
It seemed like a good idea.
A kid. Trice just beating on the window. He's just a train wreck. Now it's in your shirt.
Uh-oh. At least he does it with a smile on his face, though, you know?
Somebody sprayed what is that kind of like frost?
Snow.
Oh, he's like,
Yeah,
take
snow.
out your phone, Dad.
The other day, Lakeland goes, "That's not snow, that's chalk." to Jaden, I
You
think.
know where she hangs out, clearly.
And Jaden's like, "How do you know that?"
It's not snow, it's chalk.
Yeah,
smart.
they're gonna lock my phone out like Lakeland did the iPad. where
Yeah.
she
Oh,
locked-
that was so funny. Didn't it? How many millions of minutes?
It's 54 years. The iPad is locked out for 54 years.
that was such.
I guess you
Oh
can
my
you can
gosh.
take it to iTunes or Apple's and they'll
So that
unlock
you
it,
can-
but still, like
That's insane.
54
years.
It was like I
was
took a
millions of
screenshot of
minutes.
it. It was like millions of minutes.
Yeah.
Like
How many?
It was like you
Tens of
tried
millions of
it,
minutes.
like-
How
Yeah, I
many
did-
times do you have to press that button for it to like?
A lot.
She's resilient.
Yeah.
she probably sat there for
Man.
some time.
Yeah.
Hey.
Tries, man.
All right. Those were movies, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Who's on the Mayhem Independence team?
Elly, you want to announce the Mayhem Independence team since you're the captain of the Mayhem Independence team?
We have Chase Hill, Rich's cousin.
Yeah, my wife's cousin, but my cousin as well
Well,
through
you're-
marriage.
Yeah.
Yep.
He counts.
Yep.
That counts. Haley Adams. How many times did she win as a teen?
A lot.
She won a couple times as a teen. She's great.
She's a savage.
She just does anything. She just whatever you.
She's kind of like a robot, you know? Like even like sometimes I'm like, does she like us? Like she just doesn't talk.
It's
sometimes.
almost like a different. She's
Super nice,
her
but she's just
personality
like-
is not like Ted, but she's like Ted in the sense that you can tell her to do anything, and she's like, okay,
she'll do whatever. You don't like, and you're like, we think
Yeah.
about working out. Well, let me know. I want to work out later.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
you
sure.
know. So no, she's awesome. And then JJ,
my cousin,
your
blood cousin.
other cousin.
Yep. We have family
Got
affair
a lot
there.
of family happening here.
Mine and Darren's cousin.
Yeah.
JJ.
We're like the blondes this year.
Oh, you guys are all blonde.
It's a team of blondes.
Yeah, but
He's still blonde.
JJ's technically the only one that's really blonde.
Oh,
Did she just kick you?
Yeah, she did.
I thought I saw a chair
Look
move.
at those roots.
shut up! Get out of here!
Yeah. Yeah.
Look away.
Come on.
Whatever. I'm still have a lighter blonde hair. It's
were
time to
all
vote.
last year.
Yes, huh? We're gonna take a freaking vote. I was born this way.
With roots?
Everyone's staring at me. Leave me alone.
Tell me that's not.
If you didn't, how often do you color your hair? Or do you color
What
your hair?
color? What color? Like if you were to grow your
She,
hair.
literally when she does my hair, she's like, you have a lighter base color. It's not a dark color. There are different kinds of blonde.
Things women tell themselves.
I will take you all out.
Oh, that's the best
We
part
were
of this
all blonde
podcast.
last year on Independence too.
I know. We were.
Darkish blonde.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just keep coming up with teams of blondes. Actually,
the
you do.
Aryan race. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
I'm just
JJ
happy to have hair.
Yeah.
They want us to talk about game day nutrition, like how we eat on
we have
during
staples.
competition.
Pop-Tarts, gummy bears, and what are the other
Fast
things?
carbs.
Yeah, this last year at the
Yeah.
games, I would usually drink a shake in the morning because my stomach just with nerves and stuff.
Oh, Fig Newtons.
Big Newtons.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, Pop-Tarts, gummy bears, and Fig Newtons are
On
like...
competition day, kind of
Yeah.
all that stuff is thrown out. It's like you got to get.
That's not every
just
day.
quick
That's
No,
energy.
just...
I mean you
Yeah.
got to get some carbohydrates in. You got to get some sugar in. Like it's not optimal, but
Yeah, I didn't realize I liked Fig
Yeah.
Newtons again until the CrossFit Games a couple years ago.
and a lot of the times your stomach's so messed up that you're like from nerves that you're just
Yeah.
like anything that I need some calories. That's my hardest part is making myself eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the end of the games too, it's like everyone was like, I don't want to see another gummy bear.
Yeah.
Like,
Or a Fig
oh.
Newton,
Yeah.
or, a Pop-Tart, please no. Those instant muffin in a cup things are good, easy breakfast for...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you liked those this year. Those pink
Yeah.
Kodiak cakes.
They were good.
Moving quick.
Anyway, Kodiak cake, you just add water and you put it in the microwave,
Yeah,
and those are really good.
They are good.
Um,
But sometimes I wish I had
Try
syrup with
Snado.
them.
yeah, they really do. He's quick. He's like way quicker than he was like even a couple months ago, I feel like.
Yeah, he's just
Try
a walking.
Snado.
He's just a walking disaster.
Well, he's always smiling and grabbing
Right,
his
but the fact
phone.
that he's smiling makes it...
He doesn't play with toys.
No?
The kid will not play with toys.
But-
he just wants to play with everything, like push buttons, break things, take things.
Turn off the power.
And grab tools and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah,
start,
he's
like,
good with the
fixing
tools.
things.
Yeah, he got one day he got into the toolbox and got a screwdriver and a couple of tools and sat for an hour just
Yeah.
flipping it
Not
around.
really
like-
doing anything.
Yeah.
But thinking about it.
Say something. Nope. Don't pull.
Here we go. Tool. It's more tools.
Someone asked if we felt the earthquake this morning.
I did not.
I woke
I
up.
did
Can
not.
someone
You
tell me
did?
about that?
Yeah, seriously, I woke up, but we're in that rickety old barn house, so I'm like, and shortly after Tasia walked down the stairs, so I was like, I don't know, like it honestly, like,
But are we even near plates?
Fault line, yeah. There's a
didn't-
fault line. Not
Is there really?
super close, but I think it's in Memphis.
No kidding.
Yeah, right by the.
I'll be darned.
by
it
the Ole
wasn't like
Miss,
crazy, like
Mississippi.
shaky.
Have
Wow.
you had one here
Ole
before?
man.
I guess I should
yeah.
ask you this.
In high school.
No,
Historian.
not that I know.
In high school, we had one.
Oh.
I remember. I don't.
What time did it happen? Because I had
Early
no
morning.
idea
Around,
until
like,
somebody.
around 4
3
a.m.
Yeah.
What was
Wow.
the?
And you felt it.
Yeah.
What was
I
the
woke up.
size? Do you know?
Let me see. I'm gonna look it up.
Wow.
I think it was only.
Was
like
it stemming from something else? Because wasn't there an earthquake somewhere else? Like, is this like a residual from something?
An
2
aftershock.
earthquakes shake eastern Tennessee.
Wow.
Let's see.
Wow. I was out.
You were out.
3
Someone
a.m.
budge.
The first happened at 3:15 a.m. and it was reported to be a magnitude 4.4. And the
Oh, wow,
second
that's
was
like
at
no joke.
3:30 and it was a magnitude 3.3.
Wow, on the
Wow.
Richter scale. I
So
wonder
what
how
did you
they came
think
up
when
with
you
that.
woke up? You were like, "What's going on?" What?
Yeah, I thought, is that an earthquake?
Did
honestly.
you go get Tasia?
Well, I thought, is that an earthquake?
Did you harbor
and then
in place?
she walked downstairs because there's only one bathroom and it's like off of my room. And she came downstairs to go to the bathroom. So I was like, oh, was it just her moving around?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Right.
know. I'm not that she was like,
Tasia
Right.
rock the house.
Did she run into the bed?
Well, they have that low ceiling, so I mean, you could knock yourself unconscious. That little farmhouse is so cute.
it is. I really like
I've
it.
only been by the outside.
It's really neat.
It's
I've
creepy
seen
if you're
that
there.
house for 20 years.
When you're there by yourself at night, it's kind of creepy, but
Yeah.
the rest of the time, it's really nice.
The funny thing is there's only 2 houses that can see our house,
Yeah.
and that's one of them. That's the
Really?
funny thing. Yeah.
And that's
So
like
top
a
of the
direct
mountain,
view.
yeah.
I mean, that's
From the backyard.
I
Yeah,
like
they
the
can
zip
literally
line
see
idea.
our house.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Zip line down
Cam
to
and
the
Tasia,
barn.
we're gonna zip line down.
Yep.
That'd be a heck of a
That would be amazing.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow. So
What do you have
Trice's
next for
got
us, Cam?
scissors.
Let's see.
Oh, a whole container full
Oh,
of
good.
scissors.
Scissors,
We have-
X-Acto knives.
Perfect. Sharp things.
An unknown fact about each person.
An
Ooh.
unknown fact.
I've never been to a wedding.
Ever?
What?
Never.
That is a cool
What?
unknown fact.
Ever.
Never.
Holy, yeah, really.
Rich said lucky.
Jeez, how
if
did you
can't hear.
get? I mean, good for you.
How is
yeah.
that possible?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never been to a wedding.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to a wedding?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, whoever wants to invite Cam to the
Yeah.
wedding, let
There
us
you
all
go.
come wedding
Wedding
crash. Let him.
You can send it to
Flow
CrossFit
in.
Mayhem.
Yep. Info at CrossFit Mayhem. Attention,
Yeah.
Kristin Miller.
An unknown
Unknown.
fact.
I sleep with my eyes open.
Oh yeah, I have a geographic tongue.
What does that mean?
Like different states and countries
No
show. Yes,
way.
they do.
Oh.
I don't know if it is right now. Let's see.
You sleep with your eyes open? That's
this.
not true.
Like this, ask my wife.
Wow.
It's not geographic right now.
An unknown. I don't know what to even say here. You guys just rattled off.
It's like, so the dentist found it. So like I'll have it'll look like an image, not like a president or something, but like say I'll have like a spot here.
Jesus.
Jeez, so Jesus will
You have
be in the
Beyonce
right
on your
corner, and then
God's sake.
you come back and the spot moves around.
I don't
So-
believe it.
Next time it's geographic, I'll show you. It hasn't
is
been in a
weird.
while, but I don't know.
Ellie,
lie.
that's
That's
just
what I
weird.
used to
Geographic
always.
tongue,
think
is that the technical term?
It is in the 3rd grade. It was like what write something about yourself. That was mine. I have a geographic
Did
tongue.
that show up on your blood test?
No,
Something's
it
wrong
moves
with you.
around. It is fun when it moves around, though. Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know about
A condition that causes harmless tongue patches resembling smooth red islands.
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
I'm telling you, sometimes it's interesting. I'll show you someday when I wake up like that. I haven't had it in a really long time, but
Interesting.
yeah.
These are interesting facts.
Yeah,
I don't.
Your
I have no what
eyes
to say.
open. What was yours?
I didn't even say anything. I don't even know what would be interesting.
that. Yeah, I don't know. Mine's not even. I think people already knew that. I think I told somebody.
But
that
like,
on a
how
podcast.
far open?
It's like this.
I snore. Oh, that's not interesting.
Silver.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
It's like I feel like
I don't
know.
even know. Interesting.
Gym pet peeves, like in the gym, not
Not
Jim
your pet
Hensel.
peeves about Jim.
Not
Like,
Silver.
dang.
What about Jim is your pet peeve?
Here's gonna be mine, and it's gonna drive everybody crazy.
What?
I hate the term wad.
Wad. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
can
actually
see-
hate the term box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
And that is the very first conversation piece people bring to you when they notice something CrossFit on you. Did you do the WOD today? And you're like,
Yeah.
I finished today.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
When Rhett was here, remember Dr. Polka? He kept calling the workout a WOD, and after that first meeting, I was like, dude, don't call that
But
a WOD.
here's the
fix
thing, though, that you
wrist.
have to you have to appreciate that provides community. So
Right.
some
Right.
people
Right, yeah,
like to, and that's fine.
Right.
For us,
Yeah.
I think we've just been around it so long. It's like fitness. We don't, you know what I
Right.
mean? I don't know. Maybe it's been abused by people. I feel like.
I also hate when people don't chalk over the bucket.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
you
it
make
gets
that
everywhere.
known if we're not doing it.
I hate when people don't change the plates out appropriately, and like if they have 45s on and then they have like 4 10s after that and a 5, I'm like, take it off. Please put a 45
Yeah.
on. Like, please do it. I don't know. And they have to match on both sides.
Yeah.
Like it can't be like a high temp and a whatever. Or like
I hate when people rip my tape in half.
Oh.
Tasia.
man, she's not even here.
Is that who splits your tape,
She
Tasia?
splits the tape,
thumb
and then
tape,
but there'll
yeah.
be like 4 or 5 rolls of split tape instead of using the same
I do that too.
roll of split tape.
That's good.
But if you always split your tape, it makes sense. If you
Then
always
split your own damn tape.
There you go.
Excuse my
Buy your own
language.
tape.
get your own tape.
Get off my yard.
A bunch of punks. one punk out there right now, bashing on the window, thinking
with a
it's
snack in
hilarious.
his mouth. He knows.
so cute.
Other pet peeves.
What about you, Elly? Jim, you have any? You guys, I guess.
I'm just
Just
trying.
us
Kristin.
two.
I don't like when people cheat. That bugs me.
Oh, yeah,
when
no,
you know
yeah.
someone is like, it's like, what's the point? Why are you
Yeah.
cheating? Like, don't cheat. Please
Yeah.
don't. Like,
Reps and range of motion.
yeah.
I like that Rich just will call it out.
Oh yeah.
I do, because
for
So one time I went through on the thruster double under open workout. I had a judge, and evidently like I was new to this gym, and no one told me that this judge never went below parallel. And so I wasn't. Evidently, I was trying to go fast, so I was like maybe at parallel, and I did the whole workout, and no one was going to tell me, and I was like, well, now I have to redo this again.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
I would
like,
rather
why
someone
would you?
just
That's
like
why
tell me,
when
like
when I see it, I'm like, hey,
please
get a little
just
bit
tell
lower.
me.
because
Yeah.
you don't
Just
always know.
Just
Yeah.
because it's like, hey,
If they're going
we wanna-
fast,
Right.
sometimes
Yeah.
you're like barely there or
It
whatever.
drives
so-
me nuts watching people like that do it on purpose.
Yeah,
like
for
when
sure.
somebody's doing it, just try to go fast,
Right.
but like at least moving well. Like I don't know. When we go to Averett, sometimes there's
Some sketchy.
like I was
There's some funky air squats going on.
funky
Stuff
air
like
squats, funky push-ups. Like when
Yeah.
people like what drives me, push-ups get me the most. Like
Ooh,
I don't even
yeah.
think push-ups should even be in a competition workout because like if you do this like your hips your
Oh
hips
my
are
gosh.
here and
Only
you just
your
like your
body.
body moves and your arms are
It's the
locking out.
worst.
that. Yeah.
But it's just like I hate
or you
that.
don't touch like everything to the ground.
Yeah. Push-ups drive me crazy. What
Yeah.
else drives me crazy?
You called me a cheater one time, really loud in the gym, and I was just trying to scale
did?
calories.
What?
We were doing some workout, and it really caught me off guard. I was like, because he yelled it really
I feel
loud.
like that's how he always calls people out though when they're like doing something like when they're not like when they're not like doing a range of motion or doing. He'll be like,
Right.
"Do this, you cheater!"
And I was simply trying to survive. I was like doing 5 less calories than everybody else.
Oh, we were doing a rotation.
You're in a dark
Yeah.
place.
And I was like, geez, Jim is hauling.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jim is doing half the reps. It was right that you were doing it because we were trying to stay on like whatever,
The
but I
pace
didn't
that
know
you
you
guys-
were doing that.
Right.
Jim is hauling.
So I make a point whenever I'm mixing in with you guys, and I always
he'll tell. Yeah, you'll tell us
because
now.
I don't
Yeah.
ever want
Right. Yeah.
you guys thinking that I'm
Trying to
doing
cheat
what
and
you're
trying
doing.
to like
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like to mess with people too
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of new to me in the beginning too, and I was like, "Dang, I'm like, whoa,
I like to be a jerk.
the fittest man in the world just called me a cheater."
I like to keep people on their toes.
But that was almost as good as the time Tisha, did she ask you if you could fully
Can
extend
you
your
even
arm?
Oh, my
extend your
God.
arm all the way, Jim? What are you doing?
yeah, we're warming up. Can you even extend your arm?
We're doing dumbbell,
Single arm presses.
yeah, and I was like kind of right here, but
She came at it kind of with a savage tone
Yeah, it was
too.
like, can you
Or like
even
when she told Ted to get off the, can you move now, please?
every
What-
time Wanda sneaks
Wanda.
in there.
when she gets like over into compete mode and she gets into that space, man,
Man,
she's
it's
serious.
so funny.
Yeah, if she gets compete mode or if you get her just fired up at all.
Well, I
She
had,
gets-
to her defense too, that I had asked her, like, look, coach me. Like,
I
anything
don't
you
know.
want to have
Can
to
you
say.
even extend your
That
arm?
was so funny. I was just like, okay.
It's funny. She's like trying to be like gentler now, like in
Right.
the middle of working out, because she knows like I've been like freaking out about stuff, and so
Right.
I can tell she's trying to like tone it down a little bit.
Right.
Because I'm always like, ah! in my head, like I'm like freaking out. I'm trying to be calm, but she's like, Kristin,
He said
okay.
not to panic.
You're trying your best. It's okay. And I'm like, I don't know. So it's funny to see her like kind of reel it back in, because
Yeah.
like, I need a second,
Adjust,
or like
yeah.
all that other stuff.
I need a minute.
Yeah,
Oh, that was the best.
that's a worm.
My big
thing.
pet peeve now is like after being around you guys and watching you is when people get loud and yell and grunt,
and moan and all
Oh,
that.
that's
That's
a
a big
when
one
they bring
too.
the drama, like
super bothers me
not
now.
even like okay,
Ooh.
there's some things you can't control. I get that, but this is very controllable
Yeah.
volume and
When we were at Averett
getting,
the other
like-
day, I don't know what we were doing, Cindy.
Yeah,
or
Cindy
whatever,
and Mike.
yeah. And there was a guy, and listen, everybody's doing whatever they're doing, but
Yeah.
he was doing push-ups, and every one of his push-ups was
Oh yeah.
right in front of me,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Okay,
oh,
bro,
man,
come on, man.
stop.
Or when people just like show up and they're just like immediately complaining. And I know it's just to like kind of bond and like get off their chest, but I'm like,
Yeah.
is this really necessary?
Yeah.
yeah,
We're complaining every time we're here, like type of thing.
yeah.
That sounds familiar. cold. I don't want to do that many muscle ups. I don't want to get on. Are we doing that many calories? How many sets
Are
of
we
this are we doing?
calories? You're doing 24, so we're doing 2, right?
Is this water sanitary? Looks questionable to me. Yeah, every time. I'm cold. Are we doing the same amount? We're girls.
It's been a lot of that.
It has lately.
been a
It's
lot
like
of that
been
lately.
It's been like dialed up.
I think so.
I thought we were over that, and it's gotten worse. Actually,
What? The cold thing hasn't. Not the past few days, I feel like.
I'm talking about just the complaining level.
Oh, okay.
Got eerily quiet.
Eerily
Or like
Trying
Silence.
to tone it down a little bit.
No,
then.
I don't care. I don't care because I don't really listen.
Right.
Just tune it out.
If you guys want to change it, you change it yourself. Like whatever.
When we tried to set you up, or maybe
You
we
helped
talked
us
about it
earlier.
already. We tried to set you up on.
Oh yeah,
What was it?
Just-
pegboards,
oh, the
pegboards and
yeah, that
thrusters.
didn't
And I
work
was
out.
trying to get her. I think I was
To,
trying to get
like,
her to
stand
throw a
up and,
fit.
like-
Pretend.
She can throw a fit.
Well, with everyone there too, I didn't
Yeah,
want them
Bear
to think I was
Complex
being
was there.
serious. Like,
And then it actually ended up being the workout. I thought you were messing when you put it on the board.
I did
yeah,
too.
and then it
I
kept
was
going.
like,
I'm like,
huh.
I don't think he's messing around. And Jim's like, yeah, I think he's kidding. And I'm like, no, he's not.
It was cold.
I was like,
And then I was like
okay,
in the
we're
depths
doing
of my like
9,000 pegboards
overtraining and being just like, I'm just trying to make it through today.
I think your shoulder hurt. You were exhausted.
Gosh.
It was 25 degrees.
It was
Bear
cold.
Complex
There
was
was,
there.
luckily there were that
was a
many people
camera
there to warm it
crew.
up.
Like, it
I
was
was
like
Yeah,
everything.
Kristin just did toes the bar over in the corner.
I did.
Well, at least you did the workout. Somebody else quit the workout.
Oh.
That's another thing that's cool about you guys. Like you guys all do really well with the cameras being around. And in the podcast now, I forgot about the camera, but I'm still not used to it in a workout.
Right.
That's still like I find
When
myself
they move into your face when you're
Yeah,
doing
like-
like a movement, you're like,
Yeah,
you
all right,
flinch.
Yeah, right
it's
in
your
front.
fault.
Cringe.
yeah. That's still really
Yeah.
odd to me, and it's cool that you guys can just kind of keep moving. And
I try to tell myself, have a more normal face when they're
Yeah.
like, if it's like an off chance and it's like just they're there for like a day, I'm like, look more normal.
look more
Instead of
normal.
like, because
Well,
like I
this
see
is-
pictures and like my face is just like disgusting.
It's just something you develop. I think I'm sure back when I first started doing interviews, it was bad.
Mhm.
And so now it is what it is.
Yeah, just another thing.
The
you're doing.
worst though is having a camera follow you around when you're in public, not in like a gym setting.
Oh,
It's like you go to the grocery store and they're like, we're just gonna follow you around. I'm like,
that's
that's awful because it's Cookville and nobody cares. Like everybody's like,
Yeah,
it's just rich.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's kind of embarrassing a little bit.
weird.
This is-
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Aw. What do you have next for us, Cam?
Oh, we're almost. I mean,
Sorry, but we're almost an hour, aren't we?
yeah, we're close. Let's see. I don't know.
Me
That's a
too.
long list.
Look at that.
Holy mackerel.
I mean, there is, but there's a lot of questions that are
The
just
usual.
like. I mean, one person asked, like, should you do sprints or longer distance? Like, obviously,
Yes.
it depends what.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yeah.
Like
Both.
for running, yeah.
Depends on as much as you can.
Yes.
What are your top 3 rules, tips for success?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Top 3 rules.
Oh, here's a good one. Is the gymnastics bias the program for people that already have muscle ups?
Yeah, so gymnastics bias. So it's asking about one of our Mayhem programs, one of our side programs, I guess. We have the strength bias, we have a conditioning bias, and we have gymnastics bias. So gymnastics bias would be somebody that, yes, can do a muscle up, but wants to get better at workouts that have more gymnastics in it. Conditioning, same. If you want to get better at conditioning, strength, same way. So it's going to be heavily weighted towards whatever that bias is in front. So
It's a cool program. I looked through it a
Yeah.
while back, and it's like a lot of the stuff
It
we
is.
used to do,
Right.
and like it's a really good program.
Yeah, Jake does a really good. I mean, Jake programs that one. Or
I think
Jake or
it's Darren.
Darren programs
Yeah.
that one, and so Darren's. I mean,
You
been
can
with
tell.
me since day one, so he knows
Yeah.
all the different things that we've done.
They're
in the
good.
past.
I've done a couple of them. Like
Yeah.
sometimes
And
when I'm out
Jake
of town.
does strength bias and
Yeah.
conditioning bias. Those are the two that he does.
The one you did was like thrusters and muscle ups, right?
Oh
Like
my gosh, it was awful.
infinite rounds of like 7 and
That-
7 or something.
I think that was one of
disgusting.
the compete program that you write is. So, whenever I go to town, I'm like, oh, I got to do the compete programming. Like,
Well,
It's-
compete is it's similar to what we do, but what I'll do is on Monday morning quarterback some of the workouts that we do, and I'm like, how could we make that a little bit better, and how can I make it more accessible to, or like keep people moving throughout? And that's something we learn while we're doing the workouts is like, we could have changed that up. We could have done this a little bit better. And so that's kind of with what compete. That's what we do is, or what I do is I'll take it. We'll do. It's similar to what's Rich doing, but it's completely different in the same token if you look at it.
But what I really like about it is whereas I think we get a lot of, from the volume you force us to do, we get a lot of secret fitness from that, from a strength standpoint, because we'll end up doing such a moderate barbell or this or that for so long that we're actually hitting other pieces of things. But with compete, you're getting volume and like your crazy workouts that you write, but you're getting the strength mixed in. Like you hit everything you need to hit, and then you give them one of our crazy workouts, whereas we'll do all the workouts in a day, but you'll hit all the pieces. And so it's so complete. It really I can just make
complete
you way better.
Compete.
Yeah. In a different way.
I like
but
it.
it's legit. How else would I train when I don't have you guys around? I would, just
you guys
probably
don't do
run in a
anything when
circle.
I'm not around.
That's not true.
What?
I do Mayhem compete.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
That's what you guys always are like, we did this. We didn't know what to do, so we just did this.
I just look up workouts, and then sometimes we do partner workouts too.
More fun partner workouts.
Real partner workouts, not individual workouts disguised as partner workouts.
Yep, exactly. But those are good for like Tasia and I, especially on like the machines and stuff when we're sprinting, and then we have to rest the same and sprint again. How do you mentally make yourself do something out of your comfort zone, like ice baths, etc.?
Just have to know that it's good for you, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's
in
not
the
good
end,
for
it's
you,
good for you.
yeah.
You realize the benefit outweighs the process, and
Yeah.
that if you don't ever do anything hard, then
Do it.
just do it.
Face the adversity.
Yep, adversity challenge.
That's it.
I actually need to move that ice bath to the barn. Just thinking of that the other day.
Yeah.
Outside, it's too cold. Like, at least in the barn. The one night I was sitting in it and it was raining.
That's
Like
so
spitting
sad.
rain. So I'm like sitting, I'm like, what if this lid closes and like locks me in here? Because I'm like holding the
They
lid
find you in
here
the ice
because it's
bath.
raining. It was.
that's miserable.
No, that would be a bad way to go.
That would be
Oh,
terrible.
jeez.
That's like, did you ever have like an
Would you
industrial
die,
freezer?
I don't know if you die of hypothermia or like oxygen. Like that would be bad.
wow.
Oh no!
Yeah, because that thing
oh.
seals, so I think it might
Well,
be.
that's
Is
like
there
being
something-
buried alive. That's
Would
like
that
your
lock
fear.
on you?
No,
Oh.
it's not. I don't have the lock on.
Thank goodness.
I could get out.
Let's not even.
you could just
make
push
that,
it out.
You can push it up. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Oh, let's not even make that an option. Yeesh.
that's
It'd be
scary.
a weird way to go. He went out like a
Keep you
popsicle.
preserved. Keep you preserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Rich? We found him perfectly preserved.
Cryogenically frozen. Like Walt Disney.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
I think we're
is that
almost at
it?
an hour and 2 minutes.
All right.
Yahoo!
Nailed it.
Nailed
Crushed
it.
it.
There it
Pipe
is.
down, Trice.
Troy
Pipe
says it's
down.
He's
time.
trying
We're
to.
done.
He's trying
All right.
to look at
Second to last before Christmas, right?
Yay!
that. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Woo.
Yeah.
Merry
CrossFitMayhem.com. Trifecta RP. Thank you. RP just coming out with their second book, actually. I think you can get it on their website. I think we'll have it on our website as well. I wrote the foreword for it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah. Do we have any sales? Anything? We
Not
got
yet.
Christmas stuff.
We
coming
will
up?
have Christmas sales coming up, so be on the lookout, and we'll post so you'll see Mayhem apparel
Mayhem Mindset opening up January
Tomorrow.
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 We're gonna do like a little surprise Christmas push here.
Nice.
12 days before Christmas.
Oh,
Nice.
that's fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'll be singing.
On
We
the
dress like
12th
Santa?
day of
Yes, on Instagram.
Nice.
That's not true.
That is
Do not
true.
request singing. He's not doing it. He said no.
Peace.